Hey, everybody, we're live.
What up?
Hello.
You are a roller coaster operator. Yes, man.
Like a
Riddler
card.
been rolling on through.
Oh, do you have
I've
a new
heard
nickname?
crazy.
Cap? Oh, what
Oh,
does that mean?
you're the captain. You're the captain of the
okay.
AiPD. You're our fearless leader. Mission control.
I'll take it.
I've heard crazy stories of people who worked at Cedar Point for a summer or two.
Me too. Apparently, it was the whole sex fest because they were all in these dorms.
Yeah.
And then I also heard that there were like many accidents that went unreported or people were paid off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like stuff in the park.
Like employees getting hurt? Or just people? Customers?
No, customers and employees. You know, like people in the outfits getting heat stroke and all that stuff.
Yeah. They don't really wear outfits at Cedar Point. Maybe Disney World.
Oh, they have a mod chat now. We can like moderate things. So cool.
That's always
really.
You just didn't know.
Well, I just got an alert that said check.
I'm anti-censorship. So you guys
well,
write
this
whatever
is moderation.
you
It's not.
You are a roller coaster operator. Your name is Chaz Bozzonaldi.
want. Oh, I love that name.
Isn't that the name of the
Bozzonaldi, the drummer for
that-
Led Zeppelin.
Is that?
No, that's not right at all. John Bonham, you mean?
Yeah,
Wow,
called him. Yeah, but everyone calls him Bozzonaldi.
Yeah,
that's
Something.
true. No,
Bozo.
they called him Bonzo.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are
you saying there's no non-copyright infringement, Mikey Moose?
Mikey Moose.
Yeah, copyright is messed up in, in the U.S. Like it's extended. Like Disney has extended their copyright way more than they should have been. They should have rather. Okay.
How so? I feel
You
like
see that your ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend are waiting in line. After they get on the roller coaster, you make the roller coaster move 5 times faster than usual.
That's
You're hoping that the boyfriend will fall and get hurt, which will give you a chance to win back your ex-girlfriend. Your boss sees what's happening and immediately sends a security guard to stop you and slow down the machine. He tells you that he'll have you fired if you don't do something about this right now.
Cedar Point career is over.
Yeah.
I know.
We'll get ours though, because look, I took out the last piece of track on the big hill. Ask for a raise. Yeah, give me a raise right now, or these people die. What? If you don't give me a raise,
not even a raise. Just ask for more hours. I need more hours.
They've gotta negotiate, right? Well, roller coaster rides are only like, how far would you go for $1? Yeah.
So, what makes us think that the boyfriend will get hurt, but the girl will not?
Well,
that's a good question.
Or do we want?
I guess
maybe
we're
because
so jaded that we don't care.
You are
anymore.
sent to Cedar Point detention for your offense. Here you encounter all the bad boy and bad girl workers at the amusement park. They take pity on you and let you stay inside the amusement park with them as long as you promise not to cause any trouble.
Yeah.
As you spend more time here, you start thinking of your ex-girlfriend. You want her so badly. She was the one who made you feel good when you were feeling down. You think about how she would be really disappointed by what happened today.
That's true.
Assuming Whiplash doesn't
You tell the
exist?
others you have a plan to break out of Cedar Point Detention Center.
Yeah.
They don't believe you, but you insist.
It's that like roller coaster that goes it's like a horseshoe, you know? It just shoots out. I swear to God, I got whiplash on that.
Yeah.
The
and then I
top
was
thrill?
like, this is in my 30s, and I'm like, man, I'm old.
Top Thrill Dragster. That was like one time I rode the Mantis, and somehow I didn't lock down correctly, and like my one foot was up in the air.
Oh my god, that's scary. But I
No,
guess that's
no,
kind of
it's
the
like
point.
it's a standing one, but it was like I
Yeah.
had to like stand on my tippy toes, like it
Yeah,
locked down
yeah.
before I got like comfortable.
I've been on that.
I get enough adrenaline from just living now that I don't need to go on a roller coaster anymore.
Well, we're living a
You
whole
say,
different
who will
life in
join
here.
me in my quest for freedom? They look at each other and then you both agree to help you.
Hmm.
All right. How would we break out of here?
There's gotta be like a file involved and a cake.
Yeah. In a funnel cake, because
Well-
it's an amusement park. Yeah, I mean, at some point we should. Let's see. I once got whiplash on a ride called G-Force at Ultron Towers. Yeah, I feel that's happened to me too. I felt like I was gonna come out from this when I was a little kid. I felt like I was gonna slip out from the restraints.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Die.
And just knowing that people like with not a whole lot of training are running these rides, like that
Yeah.
was like, oh, when you're a kid, you're like, of course these people are like trained experts. They know all the. No, none of them are like
No.
engineers or anything. Like they ride
No,
it
and they're
until
all-
it breaks it, and then someone gets stuck, and then they're like, all right, now we bring in the engineer to look at it. It's like, what? No,
Those kids are all hungover. They're not paying attention.
no, of course not. Carney PhD. That's the show I want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would watch that.
All my rides are engineered for maximum fun and minimal safety. It's as safe as it legally needs to be.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Those ones for like the toddlers that are like 7 feet tall. Those ones look the scariest to me.
You got it,
They're
Jason?
just held together
Yeah.
with like little bolts and toothpicks.
Mhm.
I haven't been to Cedar Point in a long time though.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years. You had to lie to your nephew to get him on most of the Disneyland rides. So then, was he terrified? Like, how did you lie to him?
Yeah, just lie to him, tell him it's safe or what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And how? Oh, then he had fun. It sounds similar to the techniques of getting a child into a van for candy. You know, like, hey, yeah, it's fine. Come on in.
And then they realize it's fun. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. See, I shouldn't even make jokes like that now because of what happened to that comedian Chris D'Elia. Or D'Elia. Did you hear about him? D'Elia, yeah, sorry.
No, his name is familiar, but I don't know what happened. What happened?
He was like busted for like soliciting or having weird conversations with underage
You reveal
girls.
that you've installed a secret button that turns the detention room into the fast ride. You
Yeah,
ride the
wow.
detention room
Fast
onto
is
the
right in
freeway
front,
and
that's
get
what I
into a
said.
high-speed police chase.
Oh,
When you finally crash
Oh.
into a tree, you realize that it wasn't too dangerous after all. Now you know why you got sent to detention.
Oh,
Mm.
wait, it wasn't that dangerous after all? I think we should be sent to R&D. There was a tree on the track.
Wow, you ride the entire detention room. That's amazing.
Yeah.
it's like an old Stephen Wright joke.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, it wasn't dangerous because nobody got hurt. It seemed like we hit a tree and all the
Yeah,
airbags
well,
went off and we were
The
safe.
tree got hurt, and as someone who had to deal with a fallen tree branch today, it's a real deal.
Yeah, from all the wind, huh?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even windy. It was just weird. I'm afraid the tree might be dying. Then it's going to be
Oh.
expensive to cut down.
Yeah.
Let's get away from reality, guys.
Yeah. Tony, is that what knocked over your tree branch today? A detention room?
Yeah.
Driving into a full
That would have
force?
been a better story, other than just randomly falling.
Yeah. So whoever designed the detention room for faulty airbags. Yeah, let's come
Yeah.
up with forged documents that prove it wasn't us. Hey, we didn't put in the
Yeah.
airbags. We did everything else, but we didn't put in the airbags. We made sure to put that on somebody else.
True, the park's got to be liable for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're an employee of them. How irresponsible of us.
Yeah, why would they allow us to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You throw down a handful of powdered sugar and disappear in a cloud of confection.
Nice.
You immediately set out to find your ex-girlfriend, who is somewhere in the park.
No.
All right, yeah.
Why do I always shut down the AI?
So it sounds like she's okay. She didn't die on the ride.
Correct. AI 404. Oh yeah, that is a good idea. Disguise, because they're going to be looking for us.
Yes, disguise. And we need one of those fast passes that gets us to the front.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, yeah, that's what Cedar Point has those now. When I was a kid, they didn't have those.
But what happens if everyone has one?
They limit the sale of them.
Oh.
Elitism, Jim, at its finest.
A tiered system
Mm-hmm.
for amusement parks.
Tiered system. Tiers, Tiers, lead to tears, Tears.
This is basically feudalism, right?
Yeah, we're serfs. We're the serfs.
You want to sit in the front of the car or the middle or the back?
Disguise yourself as detention.
You see she is still stuck on the ride. She is hanging from her dress on the Fast-O-Tron 3000. You have to scale the ride and help her. Greater than the ride is called the Fast-O-Tron 3000, and there are 3 levels to this ride.
Whoa.
1, normal. This level has lots of people riding the ride together and no danger whatsoever.
Okay,
It looks like a normal coaster ride. 2, extreme. This level is where things get crazy.
We gotta keep going, yeah.
Yeah, what's the 3rd
3?
level?
What's more extreme than extreme?
This level has lots of people riding the ride together and is no danger whatsoever.
It's like the teacups are
Yeah.
surrounding the
Continue.
base.
3, wild. This level
Okay.
is the craziest yet. There is no
Wild.
one on the ride, just 2 guys standing next to each other talking. They are trying to figure out how to turn the train around, but they can't seem to figure out how to do it. Eventually
Oh.
one says, "We need to go wild." And then they run off the train.
It's like an escape room
Yeah. Wait, that's
where they
the
die
ride.
at the end.
That's the ride every time. It's 2 guys standing in the middle of the roller coaster going,
Yeah.
how do we get this train to go backwards? We need to go wild.
Well,
It
like,
sounds
and then
like
they
that.
run off the train. They're like, we're disappearing into the forest that every amusement park seems to have surrounding it.
Sounds like that Saw movie to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. But like every time the ride goes, they just appear from the forest, hit that, and then go back. Oh my god. Wild.
So,
that is wild.
Wild. hmm What's more extreme than extreme? Wild.
That is a great t-shirt idea. We need to go wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go wild. Let's play a game. 2 men are talking about a train. Is the boyfriend on the ride? I don't even know if that's true.
Well, I think he might have gotten
You
up.
make a lasso out of saltwater
He wasn't
taffy
wearing a
and
dress.
use it to sling your way onto the ride. You jump up and down and scream, "I'm free." Then you start running along the track towards your ex-girlfriend.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
The guy who is
dangerous.
sitting beside her is holding his hand over his mouth and doesn't even notice you until you reach him.
He is there.
He runs after you. When you come near her, she is surprised to see you. She asks, "Where did you come from?"
That's what you're asking right now? We're trying to save you.
It's a fair question. She's like, what are you doing
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, where did you come from?
Yeah.
That's appropriate.
Yeah. He knows. She didn't see you coming though? Yeah, come on. We made up quite the entrance. He runs after you while you're on the ride. The ride's still operating though, so we're gonna have to dive
Yeah.
You
God.
say, "From a place of love." She smiles and says,
Aw.
"That's sweet," but then she notices the man behind you. She screams, "What the hell are you doing? Get away from me." The man says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." Then he begins walking toward you. Suddenly the train stops. A voice comes through the speaker. Welcome to the world of the future.
Oh.
Whoa.
So wait a minute. We thought this was her ex-boyfriend, but I think this is like a stalker guy or something.
Yeah. That like just like held her at gunpoint and like get on the ride with me. She's
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh, we just like thought it was her new boyfriend.
We
Well,
assumed,
most
but now we're
roller
saving her,
At least in the U.S., most roller coasters, at least on the uptick, like the incline, they have a track next to it that you can walk alongside the ride in case it gets stuck. Okay.
Maybe Chaz can get the girl then. Yeah. Possibly. I think we're gonna have to go wild. I think that's too good to not happen. Maybe the ride actually time travels? Maybe. Yeah, why would he say the welcome to the world of the future? It time travels, but it only goes forward in time.
Maybe it's just like one of the ride things, you know, like the haunted house at Epcot or whatever. It's like a theme ride. Welcome to the world of the future.
Okay.
And there's like lasers and stuff.
Yeah. Use the time travel ride to make her stay with you.
Yeah, we are in the world of the
You
future.
realize the man is not her boyfriend but another ex-boyfriend. He might hurt her. I might have to go wild, you tell the man. But I won't kill you.
God.
The man smiles and nods. Very well, I guess we'll play. Let's play the game of life.
Whoa. Let's play the game of life. Another
Oh.
good t-shirt.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
should start writing these down.
The
I'm gonna make a
board
list of
game, yeah.
t-shirt names.
So
Yeah,
you
we're
tell
gonna play
him-
the board game.
Yeah.
You tell him I might have to go wild, but I won't kill you. That's reassuring.
I'm not typing. Somebody go.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. It just makes me nostalgic about Cedar Point.
Yeah, when you would go there and play board games.
Yep.
How angry
last-
would people get if you just sat in the picnic area and played board games? By the way, they got rid of the picnic area.
What?
Remember,
Why?
like right when you walked in, they had like benches and stuff where you could like leave your food or whatever if you wanted. If you didn't want to eat like
Yeah.
park food, they like bulldozed it and put something else there.
More pay for food.
Yeah, the Elephant Ear Emporium.
You pull out your copy of Life, the board game. You play with Future Man while dodging incoming train cars filled with screaming patrons. You lose because you never figured out how to get past him. You are left crying in the parking lot.
Oh no!
Mm.
You lost the game of life. Choose career and spin the wheel. Yeah, I would have won if we weren't playing on an active roller coaster. Oh yeah, parking lot. We'll
Oh.
see you in the parking lot.
I fucked it up. Let me
Oh, no,
here,
you're good.
revert that, Jason.
Okay. We'll see what it.
Oh, okay, yeah, to see what it does.
Yeah, who knows?
You
Last
return to
time-
Future
oh.
World, where you see a door marked C. You walk through it. A bright light fills your eyes and you begin to hear voices.
Mm.
So how did it go? It went great. How did you like the ride? It was fun. Did you meet anyone new? No, but thank you.
What were you
Yeah,
going
me-
for?
Very
A
polite.
door marked Chaz, so close enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Misha, I've seen the movie Eddie Murphy. Martin Lawrence is in it too, called Life. It is such a weird movie because it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's actually really sad.
Yeah.
It's about these guys that are like wrongly imprisoned and they keep trying to escape, and because of that, they like end up spending their whole life in prison, and like they're just old men at the end of it.
Oh
And it's just
no.
like, how is this funny? This is not funny.
Who is Chaz talking to? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good question.
But did they have fun trying to escape?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, the
No.
hijinks.
Maybe this is like the owner of the park or our dad or something, or our mom came to pick us up in a minivan. But it's a door marked C, a door marked Chaz,
Yeah.
a comedy about wrongful imprisonment.
The real escape. It was the failed escapes, the attempts he made along the way.
Yeah.
You say, tell me how I can win my ex-girlfriend back.
Oh,
Greater
yes.
than you try again later. A few days later you are
Magic
outside the
8-ball?
amusement park and you are met by an older woman.
Mm.
Oh hello, how are you doing? She
move on.
asks. Hi, how are you? Good, how about you? Hello, how are you? Same old, how are you?
Wow.
I got no game.
Great dialogue.
How about the weather? Weather's nice. Well, have a good rest of your life. Oh,
Oh, damn it! I meant to say things.
how are things? Oh, you
How are
mean thing
things?
in sky? Thing
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Hit her, she's
You
struck.
say, so, how are thing? Well, I am fine, I had a nice day. Well, I hope you enjoy your trip to the park, I sure enjoyed mine. Good luck. You leave the park and walk to your car. You open the door and step outside. You're surrounded by green hills and trees. You can hear birds singing and animals chirping.
Nice. This dialogue is like the video game. What, Skyrim?
I never played.
There's so
I
many
have been thinking
memes
about getting
it.
back into video games, but I know I would just become addicted and I'd ruin, waste my life. So.
I get addicted for like half a day and then I go, this is enough.
Oh, Mr. Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if Elon Musk worked at an amusement park as a child and that really influenced his whole life? He's like, yeah, we can have flying cars. We can go to space. The E-Space from the Insanity of Prison? What is that, Misha? Is that a game?
So we drove to like the countryside.
Yeah, the countryside that's right now, because amusement
You
parks are
run
always
back
built
in the park
in
realizing
rural
you are
areas.
terrible at talking to women and ask that older woman out to
Yeah,
dinner.
whatever.
She smiles. Sure,
Yeah.
let me take you to the restaurant. You smile back. Sounds good. After driving around town and eating dinner at a fancy restaurant, you
Oh,
decide
yes.
to call it a night.
Oh,
Let's talk tomorrow morning. Okay, sounds good. You hang up and drive home.
You hang up.
Yeah. We took her on a phone. A fancy date.
Yeah. But we're going to talk tomorrow morning. It's Granny's buffet. Yeah, it is.
oh,
How old is the older woman? A little bit older.
much older.
Yeah.
Much older.
I'll have one catcher's mitt, please.
Ew.
You call the woman and ask her to spend the night with you. Greater than you go to sleep. You fall asleep and dream about your ex-girlfriend. You
Oh,
wake
no.
up and realize what happened. You were
What?
dreaming. You are lying on the bed, staring at the ceiling. You look at yourself in the mirror. You don't like this. You look at the floor and think
Oh.
about your ex-girlfriend.
Whoa.
How could you be so stupid?
Wow, this guy just can't get over it. He's mesmerized by the pussy.
Wow, he feels guilty for even calling
Yeah.
this older woman.
Yeah, you use her AARP discount for 10% off. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, do we get the discount for this fancy dinner?
Yeah.
And I go, because, her? You think someone would be greatly insulted by that? Would that ruin a date? I think it would.
Hey, the sign says kids eat free.
Become the Phantom of the theme park? Yeah, I like that.
The
Oh.
Phantom of the Theme. The amusement park is here. He's already in line.
You confess to the older woman that you are still in love with your ex-girlfriend. You tell her if she is cool with that, the two of you can still bang. The older woman tells you to not worry about it. She said she will help you and that everything is going to work out.
Ah,
She also gives you some money for gas. You agree and go into the
Wow.
bathroom to wash up. You remember that the older woman told you to wear something sexy. So you put on a
okay.
dress and heels. Then you head
Whoa.
out of the room.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Is she paying us for sex?
Okay,
I
Frank
don't know.
Reynolds.
She said the money was for quote unquote gas.
Yeah, I need some gas money.
The
Yeah.
gas money's on the nightstand. Pop all those dildos out of your ass and then see you tomorrow morning.
And
old Whoopi.
and then put on this dress.
Yeah.
Put on this dress.
Wow.
Yeah, did we just have Whoopi?
You say, is this sexy enough for you? The younger woman looks at you. Yes,
Younger.
yes it is. You go to the front desk and tell them what happened. They laugh. Yeah, we got all that stuff here. They give you directions and tell you to find the bar. You walk to the bar and there it is. It looks exactly like the pictures.
Benjamina Button. Yeah. Or she's a vampire, slowly sucking the life force out of us. It's the old woman Whoopi Goldberg, yeah. He can make it happen. Finally get that Whoopi with Whoopi.
Have you guys seen What We Do in the Shadows at all?
I watched the
I
movie.
saw the
I loved it a
movie.
lot. And then
The
I watched,
TV show.
I watched a couple of the TV show. I like
The
it a
TV show I
lot.
think is pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's it's like a house of vampires that live together, like a documentary about them. But there's also an emotional vampire, which is really funny.
Yep. And he works at a cubicle office. So I've seen that.
I still don't know what an old fashioned is.
What?
What is in an old fashioned?
Whiskey?
It's
You stumble to the bar wearing your high heels.
bourbon.
You ask the
Orange
bartender
peel.
for 2 old fashions. They aren't served here, he
Gas.
says. Why not? Because
God
they
damn
are
it.
too expensive and no one drinks those anymore. What do you mean? Because it costs too much now and people don't want to drink them anymore, so we don't serve them anymore. So why do you keep serving them anyway?
Good question. We got it. You're asked to leave the bar. Please,
Get
sir,
out.
Child, please leave. I don't even. Let me actually check your ID. Oh, I like that a lot. Realize your life force is now tied directly to the theme park. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hey. Is it dry in this room? Oh my god, your skin!
Yeah.
You can use a glass of water.
You leave the TGI Fridays and go to a real bar. You feel weaker the farther you get from the theme park. You order a beer and a whiskey sour. You start to wonder if there isn't something wrong with you. You also wonder if you should just quit drinking altogether. You decide to stay sober until you go to the doctor or whatever.
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Mm.
You should just quit drinking altogether.
Shaman. Claire. Let's go operate a theme park. I just need a couple more beverages.
I'll tell you right now, there's theme parks right now that are haunted by coronavirus victims.
Yeah.
Because people are idiots.
You ever watched that documentary? I forget what it's called, but it's on Action Park, or what's that called?
Oh, yeah. Well, they made a movie about it. Did they also have a documentary? They had a big article about it that I read. And fun fact, I've been to Action Park as a child.
Oh my god!
And it is just as crazy as they described. I almost drowned in the wave pool.
Oh my god!
Yeah. But I will say, the lifeguard there was amazing because there's like hundreds of kids in there, and I was probably like 8 years old, 7 or 8, and I started going under, and immediately the guard is like, he blew the whistle and he pointed at it like, and he got me right before I was starting to get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt really stupid because then they cut off the waves. And he's like, "Hey, you, like, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
And
you know?
coughing
Yeah.
up water. Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
then
totally
but
fine.
all the kids were looking at me like, well, "Who is this little shit?" You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
felt so embarrassed.
Wow.
Tony believes in ghosts confirmed.
Yes. No, I
knew
don't
it.
actually.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do not.
But I believe there's something out there. I just don't know what, and it drives me insane.
Oh.
You find a doctor or something in a back alley behind a 7-Eleven. You get a checkup and a physical to find out what is wrong with your health. Greater than you continue. You continue drinking and then suddenly you wake up.
No.
You groggily sit up. You have woken up drunk and you are freaking out. What time is it? Is it noon? It doesn't matter, you need to get to work. You rush to the nearest exit and run as fast as you can down the street.
Yeah.
Wait, we're late for work. Well, we're already late. Let's pick up some booze to make the day
Yeah.
go by faster. Now we're dead. Well, I feel like I see the road to the grave now. It's alcoholism. This poor guy, if he could just simply get over his ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
he'd be fine. But he just can't, so. Hello, drinking. On
I
the
wonder
roller
if
coaster.
you think she's here like for the whole weekend or like.
Yeah, some people do that. They go to Cedar Point and like get a hotel and
Yeah,
stay.
I think so. I think
I've
she
done
got the
that.
weekend pass.
I've done that
Nice though.
at the breakers on the beach. A friend of
Oh
mine
yeah,
got-
that's
It is
that's
your
a nice
day to
place.
run the Ferris wheel, the most
Right?
coveted job at the park. There are a line of angry patrons waiting in line, including your ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
She saw you coming and ran over to the entrance. You see her and you know she knows what you did. You need to apologize right away. You quickly get dressed. You grab your keys and
What?
phone and leave.
Oh, maybe our
You
our
don't
uniform.
care who sees you.
Yeah.
You only care that you get to work early and you can make it home before midnight.
Yeah.
Long day.
Are we looking at the park from our house or apartment?
Yeah.
And we just got like a telescope and we're like, uh-oh, our girlfriend's waiting in line.
But she's our ex-girlfriend and she knows what we did. Does that mean like have we whoop you with the old woman?
Yeah, we probably like drunk dialed her and told her all about everything. And we're like, but
Yeah.
we still love you. And she's like, please delete my number.
But if we show up to work on time, our strength and power comes back, right?
We were supposed to be work hours ago. Yeah. She's into it though? Okay. Coming or coming? Well, we're about to find out.
The last time I went to Cedar Point, we stayed at Breakers, and a friend of mine got arrested because he pissed on the beach, and now he got arrested
Oh.
for indecent exposure, and now he's on
No.
the sex offenders
Yeah,
list.
I was about to
Are
say.
you? That's a real thing, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
scary.
Damn.
Wow.
I know who you had drunk sex with this summer.
Mhm.
New horror movie coming.
Yeah.
2020.
Still starring Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
You give your ex-girlfriend a ride to the park in a bumper car. You tell her, I don't know, you're not like other girls. I feel like I can just talk to you. You arrive at the park and you are nervous. The place is packed with families and couples.
Uh-oh.
Everyone is looking at you. You look up and down the line and see that you are the first person there. The park opens an hour earlier than normal because of you.
Oh.
You enter the
Oh.
Ferris wheel and begin to
Great.
spin. The crowd cheers.
We're a hero.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? You are the wind beneath my wing.
The wind beneath my wing. Fly. Fly. We're gonna get sued.
This is the part where I expect to hear a lot of like creaking and groaning from this Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
It's just
Misha, that's true for some sex offenders, but most of them that's not true. But they have a website. You can type in your address and it'll show you all the sex offenders around you. Actually, I'll look it up right now. Let's see. But there's fights about that, saying that that's unconstitutional. Sex. Okay.
You pull out a giant flask of whiskey. You can't stand to see all these other happy families. Why
Yes.
can't you have a happy family? The hot day mixed with the heavy drinking makes you wasted by 10 a.m. You try to focus on spinning but you lose track of time. Suddenly a voice booms out. Hey, hey, whoa. A group of kids come running toward you.
Uh-oh.
They are laughing and smiling. They are probably 10 years old. Their parents are yelling at them to stop. You turn around and see that it is your ex-girlfriend.
With a 10-year-old?
Whoa, yeah, she had... Hey, yeah, I had a kid.
And we're driving drunk in the bumper car, right?
We're operating the Ferris wheel.
Oh.
The bumper car is just how we got to work.
Well, good news. I don't have any sex offenders in my neighborhood, but in like the greater area surrounding like the cities around me, there are 15 sex offenders. Oh, they put their pictures too.
Oh my
Wow.
Wow.
What
It's
website?
weird how many of them are smiling in their pictures. It's really creepy.
Any cute ones?
god. Yeah.
They just say level tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. Tier 1 is probably
Wait, what's the worst? Tier 1 or tier 3?
I think tier 3, right? Or I don't know, it's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what? It's probably tier 1 because there's a lot of tier 3s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just the opposite, yeah.
Anyway, that was just me scratching my natural curiosity.
Yeah.
Do you recognize anyone?
Well, especially knowing that, yeah, you can just, for like, getting caught peeing in public, yeah.
Yeah, and it was nighttime on the beach.
At that point, it's kind of like, come on, man, you know what this is gonna do to me. Like, why? Please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's also what he told us what happened, so I don't know.
He
I don't
pissed
know what
right in the
actually
kid's
happened.
face. Full scream. When the park opened, in the line, he didn't even make it into the park.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know.
It was nighttime. No, it wasn't. Did he serve time? Oh, that's a good question. Did he sit in the chokey?
And I think they put him in jail for the night, like the drunk tank,
Okay.
to sober up.
Yeah. I think indecent exposure is just a ticket, right? And
Yeah.
a lifetime of shame.
You realize your girlfriend is a mother. You look at her son. He is standing at the head of the line and pretending to be an amusement park worker, just like you.
Oh, that's cute.
Your ex-girlfriend grabs you and kisses you passionately.
Oh.
Her boyfriend stands nearby watching. They kiss and embrace. You are
Whoa.
speechless and confused.
Yeah.
You are lost in their arms. She continues to kiss you and caress you. You are
Oh,
completely taken aback. You don't understand how you could ever hate her. This was a dream after all.
Yeah. Is the drunk tank like Shark Tank? Not at all.
No. It's like Shark Tank with vomiting and nobody makes any money.
And nobody makes a deal.
Yeah.
Give them your job.
Unless it's a plea bargain.
You are lost in their arms.
If that's
They
such a
kiss
serious
one
offense, though, like pissing in
No,
public.
it shouldn't be a sex offense.
Yeah. I mean, they should teach that in school. Hey, if you gotta go, just piss in your pants.
Yeah, because it's not like a sexual nature offense. It's not like you
No.
you know.
I mean, there should have
I
to
don't
be
know.
another person there, like, for it to be public indecency.
Yeah.
I mean, a cop was there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was pissing for, like, 20
You
minutes
say,
straight.
have you heard of polyamory? Your ex-girlfriend asks you. Her boyfriend looks at you and smiles.
Oh.
He nods his head and says, yes. You smile and nod your head in agreement. Then you hear a loud noise and the whole park goes quiet.
Oh.
You look up and see a bright flash that blindsides you. You look up and see a huge black hole in the sky.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You look down and see the ground beneath you. You are falling through space.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Polyamory. It's God. Polyamory is an affront to me.
Yeah.
Don't have a three-way. This has been God. Well, I don't care about the alcoholism. Go
Wow.
back to work.
Yeah, you should type that, Jason. It's as good as anything.
PSA from God.
Yeah. You have offended me, Yahweh. PSA at the 15s and 45s, traffic and weather on the 8s. Snoopy and Charlie Brown falling the pit past you, yeah.
This is taking a pretty sudden turn.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that it goes so supernatural without us like kind of prompting it, you know?
Yeah.
Though
It's
it
like
happens
that-
sometimes.
It's like that Stoner movie, The End, or whatever it was
Oh
called.
yeah, where the world. Yeah, it's called The End. That was a good one. You know what's really funny? What I really recommend is the blooper reel for the Between Two Ferns movie. If you haven't seen it,
Oh, yeah.
I have not.
it's one of the
seen movie.
blooper reels. It's actually really funny because it's just him asking like so many mean questions to people, to celebrities. It's really good. So just do a search for Between Two Ferns bloopers after AiPD concludes.
I liked the show for a while, but then it was just like too cringy and it wasn't enjoyable.
There was one where Steve Carell was on and he made Zach Galifianakis cry. That was like the bit. So because
Yeah.
Steve Carell was being mean to Zach.
I think there's one where Brad Pitt spit gum in his face.
Yeah, Charles Schultz had made it. Like, it was well known that he suffered from depression throughout his life. So it's really not I mean, I guess it could be for kids, but it really was ahead of its time in just being like an allegory for depression, like a depressed kid that also fought the Nazis, which is weird.
The kid did?
No, Snoopy. Remember Snoopy was a fighter pilot, the Red Bear, or I forgot what his name was, but they would
Yeah,
have
the Red
sequences
Baron.
where he would like fight the Red Baron.
Hmm.
Yeah, Peanuts is old, Misha.
You see God, he tells you, polyamory is an affront to me. You must go back to Earth a serial monogamist. Or else. The excessive drinking is fine though. The black hole closes and you are back in the park in front of your ex and her new fling. You run away.
You run away. You run away. Oh, there it goes. It's just it's like, okay, you close the black
Yeah.
hole. But we can't stop thinking about our ex.
Yeah. Well, then
Now that
she's
we
got to
know
have an
she's into it.
ultimatum, right?
Yeah. Do we risk it all? Risk destroying the universe because of a relationship we just can't get over? So comic book about Snoop Dogg. Oh. Sorry folks, black hole's closed. Nothing compares to you. Is Chaz still a roller coaster operator? Yeah, we haven't been to work in forever.
Mhm.
Oh god. Let's hope we still have our job. I imagine they're very forgiving.
The voice of God rings in your head, obey my will, or I shall bring down the 6 flags of the apocalypse to destroy this park of amusements that you hold so dear. End.
Oh my god, how lazy is that?
I love when it just is like, that's
And
it. Not even the
I've never seen it do just end.
Yeah, end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was summarizing. It's like, we all know where this is going.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
Again, going back.
We're going back to our girlfriend. We're gonna try dip our toes in polyamory, and then the apocalypse is gonna happen. Yeah.
Well, what if, like, going back to my simulated universe theory, what if we are the AI? You know what I mean? And like, we're giving them prompts, and then this bored person is like actually playing us. They're like, it gives us answers to our stupid questions, like to our prompts. And so it's just like getting bored. It's like, no, I wanna go jerk up to Sailor Moon or whatever. Or whatever they do in the future. Wholesome.
Jason's bar for wholesome is way too high. I beg to differ. I think it's reasonably
You go back
high.
to your girlfriend and give her an ultimate M. You tell her, you have to pick me or him. I need to be MONOGYMUSOR. God will destroy my soul. She picks you. You laugh and cry in joy. Then you fall asleep.
What? She picks you. You laugh and cry in joy.
And then we fall asleep?
Yeah.
Wake up next to our smiling girlfriend.
Can we type in, like...
Go for it. Whatever you want to type in, type it in.
How do I do the remember prompt? Remember just...
just remember, and then whatever you want to remember. So it's
just
like
another manic episode. Whoa.
Okay.
See if that
remember, you never fall asleep? Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a 24-hour amusement park.
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably the operating costs would be too high.
Yeah. And is there I guess some rides they operate at night, but yeah, they got it.
So what does this do again when you say you remember you never fall asleep?
I don't know.
What does it do, Jason?
It adds to the memory, but I don't 100% know. It doesn't directly affect anything, but
so the AI doesn't answer you when you say you remember stuff?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it does change the way prompts are given, so. E1, yeah, that's wholesome. I guess.
No, there's a lot of time left. So it's a long race, guys.
Yeah. We fell asleep. We really dropped the ball. The last couple inches, and we just kind of took a nap.
Yeah, usually Ferris wheels are used for scary things, Biz. I remember God, this is getting really old. There was an episode of the show called The Waltons, which was such a weird show, but it was where this kid kept having nightmares about being on a Ferris wheel, and then it turned out that they go to this state fair, and the Ferris wheel is messed up, and then the dream saves him.
Oh.
This is a wholesome, says Misha. Oh, did you hear they shut down Mixer, by the way?
Yeah.
We
You
picked
spend all
correctly.
night staring at your newly reunited girlfriend. God appear and checks that there is only 2 people under the sheets. He gives you a thumbs up and says, nice.
Noise.
A few days ago, we reported that HTC had released a teaser video for its upcoming 1M9 smartphone, which showed off a very familiar logo.
Commercial.
Now, a new image has been leaked online showing off some more details about the device.
Okay.
HTC's 1M9 comes with a 5.
Sponsored content. Yep. Now we gotta add that to
Con.
What the hell? I think a lot of these wholesomes are wholesome.
Yeah, okay.
The AI doing free advertising. What if that's how they are paid for this whole thing? Is they're just injecting Samsung ads in? Well, I don't own an HTC, so I can't verify any of that information. This is for a phone that doesn't even exist yet.
No, it does exist.
Oh, does it? Well.
It's a $79 phone. It's old.
Oh, okay. No, Misha, no!
It's a phone from 2015.
Wow, okay. Well, very old advertising. We only do ads that are way past their prime. Let me tell you about Tamagotchis next.
And this phone's got a 3-star rating.
Oh,
That's
well,
not good.
wasn't that good?
No. Wait a minute. If God is under the sheets with us, is that monogamy still?
He just took a quick peek.
God is everywhere.
I'm surprised you sold out so quickly. We're not even that big and we sold out.
Immediately. The first show.
Their market is just people who bought their company, who thought their company was THC. That's funny, yeah. What? This isn't a weed phone? I can't smoke this? What the fuck?
You call work on your 1M9 smartphone. You and your boss marvel at the signal quality and clarity of speech of the 1M9. You tell your boss you are taking the day off to go to the cell phone store and buy your girlfriend a market-leading 1M9. Your boss asks if you are sure. You reply, yes. I am so glad I chose you and your brand over Samsung, LG and Sony. Your boss is impressed and tells you to keep up the good work. You take your girlfriend to the supermarket, where she buys a large bag of chips. After buying some milk, you drive home and sit on the couch with your girlfriend.
Milk and chips.
Why is everybody looking at me? I mean, that's a totally organic piece of text. It wasn't sponsored at all.
Well, the computer knew what to do with it.
Oh, yeah. The Ferris wheel's still going at, like, full speed. It's been 3 days. You're the only one who knows how to operate the Ferris wheel.
That's probably where the wormhole came from.
Yeah.
It's just going
if
too
it
fast.
spins fast, if something spins fast enough, it creates a whirlpool. I think that's how it works.
Okay, I
Or
like
wormhole.
It's like that movie Contact.
Yeah, I love that movie. I love the sound effect in it. You know, like that. You know, like the alien signal.
I
can't do it.
I've never seen it, but I know of it, yeah.
Yeah.
That
was like in the early days of smartphones, and I wanted that sound as my ringtone forever.
Oh.
But once I could get it, I didn't want it anymore. Thus is American life. Joke on a chip. Definitely not a microchip, unless you're using a Samsung, LG, or Sony phone. Am I right, guys? Oh, HTC, how I love thee. Yeah, you know what? Nothing is better than a bag of chips and an ice cold milk. Yummy.
That's right. Are they American chips or British chips?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they're crisp. They're called crisps in England. And chips are French fries.
Then what are French fries called?
They're called chips.
Oh.
I've had milk and chips before as a snack. I mean, I have too, but I'm a glutton.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like fermented strawberry milk. Get it at 7-Eleven in Asia.
Ooh, fermented. So there's alcohol in it?
No, it's almost like pre-yogurt, but it's very sweet.
Do they sell it at Noble Fish?
Not the milk. They sell like the
probiotic
Calpis.
thing?
Calpis. It's like yogurt soda.
I think I've had it. Chips or French. Misha, do they call chips French fries in England? I thought they call them chips. Fancy town. I've had bread dipped in milk at dinner. I've had bread dipped in egg, and I called it French toast. That must be English toast. Whoa, that's a long one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Had to set up the conclusion.
The thrilling conclusion of a day at the park.
You realize you forgot to stop the Ferris wheel and that children and families have been stuck on the ride for the past 34 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You hop out of bed and rush to the park where you can hear the screams from the parking lot. Your boss is yelling at you to shut off the ride, but the shut-off button is not working.
Shut off.
You are going to have to climb the wheel and turn it off with manual override in the center of the wheel. You grab the lever and push it. The ride stops and you look at the ride attendant who is trying to get you off the ride. You grab his hand and start pulling him off the ride. The ride attendant falls off the ride and hits his head against a wall.
Oh no.
You feel bad for what you did and apologize profusely.
Okay, he's not dead.
We almost got through this entire episode with 0 kills, 0 deaths.
I don't think he died though.
No, yeah. But
No.
he's probably in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Oh god, you don't fall off the middle of a giant Ferris wheel. We hit his head too.
I just want to check. I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully
Please,
doesn't
God.
You would do the same thing.
Please.
Everybody's so quiet and huddled around.
You check his pulse. It isn't beating anymore. You think about how you should help him. Then you remember that you left your keys in your car. You don't want to risk losing them again. You decide to do something fun like go to the ATM machine. You pull out your phone and dial the number. When you arrive at the bank, you find that the ATM doesn't work.
Wow, what a psychopath.
We're trying to like skip town.
That is like the definition of a psychopath. Like, oh yeah, the car keys.
You decide to do something fun, like go to the ATM machine and skip town and run away from a murder that's going to be put on you.
Man.
You suck at CPR. Yeah. Oh yeah, we mixed up our acronyms. We meant to do CPR, not go to ATM. Yeah. So the guy died. We have not confirmed that yet, but his heart was not beating. So it's not a good sign. Oh god. Come on, don't die, guy. We have to.
What?
We can't let this guy die. We have to. We've got 3 minutes. This guy has to live.
Yeah. I mean, we are pretty. We're pretty inept. We're probably just checking the wrong part for the pulse.
Yeah, Chaz gets easily distracted. You can say that again. Yeah, we're a Ferris wheel ride operator. What are we doing checking the pulse? We probably did it wrong for sure. We were probably like checking her shoulder blades for a pulse, like.
Yeah. Touching her face and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel a pulse. Shoot the man to make sure he's dead. Why would we do that?
I know. It's not a horse.
Instead of money, the ATM spits out a defibrillator machine. You grab it and run back to the park and use it to revive the fallen worker.
Yes.
When you return to the park, you see the ride attendant lying dead in the middle of the track.
Okay,
A crowd gathers around the body. You try to comfort them. I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to kill him. It was an accident. My job is dangerous and I need to get better. Please forgive me.
Oh.
Okay. I
got it.
Then?
Okay, take us home, Jim.
Is that a kill or a death? He said kill. And I guess we grabbed his hand.
I mean, it was our actions. It's at the least, it's involuntary manslaughter.
Okay. That's the saddest kill.
Yeah.
We were so close.
I don't live by that code, Misha. I say shoot questions and ask first later. Yeah.
Yeah, my job. At least he's grown, though. My job is dangerous. I need to get better.
Yeah, this is the first time he's acknowledged, like, you know, because before our reaction was, though we were being noble, we're going to the bank to get the defibrillator. There's a special button people don't know about.
Is there really?
No.
What
ATM give you an entire defibrillator machine, Jason. Come on, that's on you. I wasn't even trying to lie.
No. You said it so confidently, though. You always do this, Tony.
I know, that's true. Yeah, but you're the, like, this drives you crazy. I feel other people just accept it.
Because you say, the problem is you say so many truths that one lie goes right over my head, and I trust you implicitly.
Sure, I'm not like your one friend that told you that thing about the New York license plates and DUIs. You should tell that story.
Yeah. So, I had a friend. Tony has to come.
Okay,
No,
I
you
got
had,
it
you,
here, guys.
you had a friend, Jason?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You can tell us there.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell
yeah. I had a friend who. It was like right when New York got these like piss yellow license plates. So before it was like blue and white, and now it was blue and dark yellow. And my friends, I see that, I go, "What's with that? What? I wonder what's with the weird plate." And my friend goes, "Oh, you get that if you have a DUI in New York." So I go, "Oh, really?" And it was like a nice car, so I just believed him completely. And I told everyone that for years. Every time I saw a piss yellow New York license plate, I told everyone that guy's got a DUI, or that lady's got a DUI. And they were like, "Oh wow, I mean, it's good that they're like raising awareness." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And then I tell my one friend that years later, and he goes, "I go, yeah, you told me that." And he goes, "What? No, I didn't." And he goes, "Oh wait, yeah, I was just lying. I thought you knew that." And I was like, "Oh my god, I feel like such an idiot." But did you think it was weird that there were so many of them? Yes,
All of them.
yes.
You go to
That's
New
how those
York
New
and
Yorkers
everyone's
are.
got a
I
But
thought-
see, if I tell a lie, I promise I never let it go. I always immediately, because it's no fun, you know. Like your
Yeah.
friend, you know, that's the fun of lying.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
here
right,
it is,
Jim.
guys. I got.
Bring us home, Jimbo.
Get run over
Which I
by a
never call you.
rampaging Ferris wheel. Oh, that could happen.
You turn on the Ferris wheel
Oh,
to top speed.
yes.
As it reaches its limit, the black hole in the sky opens up. You yell for God's help. "God, please bring back this worker back to life and help me find my car keys."
Yes.
Then the black hole swallows you whole.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's it.
Here, I got it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you have it, Jason?
No, go for it. I was just gonna...
Okay.
Oh, wholesome. Black wholesome. Now we know how gullible Jason is. Not to everyone, but certain
Yeah,
people.
I don't know. That
It-
that one's pretty believable.
We're all
Yeah.
look. We're all gullible. I'm no more or less gullible than anybody, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I accept it.
Take us out, Tony. But I didn't go back and correct anyone. I just stopped spreading the misinformation. So there's probably
Yeah.
a network of lies that are propagating from Southeast Michigan here. Lots of people walking around going, "Those motherfucking people work."
It's just like a grassroots propaganda campaign.
Mm.
Okay, Tony's either gonna bring it all together, or the AI will just completely ignore him.
Yeah.
It might be a zero prompt again. Where it's just like, okay, that's what you thought the ending would be? That's what it's gonna be.
It just goes end.
What are mission gun laws? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know firearms, so. How bad could it get? You've been sucked into a black hole. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nothing bad's ever happened in a black hole. Will he get a pay
You are
cut?
floating in space again. Save the boy, you ask God. Save him and save the world. God is moved by your words. He
Heroes.
returns you to the living world and brings the boy back to life.
Hey.
Remember, the force is with you always, Chaz, God tells you. Always. This week's episode of Supernatural featured one of the most gruesome deaths ever seen on television.
You did it!
Yes.
Dean Jensen Ackles
Two
shot
product
Sam Jared
placements.
Padalecki in cold blood because he couldn't stand seeing him suffer any longer. While this may be shocking news to some, it shouldn't be to anyone who has watched Supernatural since season 1.
That is amazing.
And with
I
that,
haven't
go
seen
watch
this one.
Supernatural. I don't even know if it's still airing on television anymore.
I think it's finally over. It ran for like 10 years or something insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. What a way to end it. That was perfect.
Wow. Tell your ride operators, yeah?
Yeah. Get your fast pass, which AKA the subscription.
Yeah, which is double the price.
Yeah,
But
unlock the
no
special perks.
lines.
Are there any special perks for subscribing, or do you get emotes?
Yeah, emotes. You earn points faster, I guess.
Yeah.
So this
And we
was a
keep doing
supernatural
it?
episode the whole time.
Yeah, once we go back to normal, I guess, and we can't do this every night, like we'll probably have special subscriber shows or something. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. I don't know if you could
Thanks,
do that.
Riddler. Yeah,
Oh.
that prompt lasted the whole episode. I did not think it would.
Yeah. Very surprising.
Yeah.
Stepfather who was a ride
Tell your
operator.
tell your stepfather ride operators.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Peace.